And I found another bit of information that I think is kind of interesting. Okay, everybody knows that when they do there's a red heifer has to be sacrificed. You have to take the ashes, and you have to have the red heifer's ashes before you can build the third temple. Okay, it's in the temple. I think it's the Temple Institute in Jerusalem. You Google it, and I think it talks about the red heifer ceremony, the red heifer. Find information on the red heifer. All right, but it's big deal. Okay, because you got to have a red heifer. Okay, has to be sacrificed, and it has to be, the ashes have to be collected so it can be used, I guess, to dedicate the third temple, or to begin the construction, or to start the third temple. It has something to do with it. It ties to the third temple for something. Okay, but I find this interesting. All right, on August 28th of 2018, on the 17th day of the month of Elul, 5778, a perfect red heifer was born. And I'm thinking, like I said, from what I'm understanding, and you can investigate it and check it out, but this is what I'm just getting from the, the gist of it is that it needs to be under 3 years old to be used in the building of the third temple. It has to be under 3 years old before it's considered to be a cow, and you can't have a cow, you have to have a heifer. So whatever, it has to be under 3 years old before it becomes a cow. You have to only have it when it's a heifer. Okay, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. It can't have any hairs, two colors. It can't have any bruises on it. Can't be any blemish. It has to be a perfectly red heifer. Okay, which there was one born on August 28, 2018, on the 17th day of the month of Elul, 5778. All right, I want you to note that date. Okay, August 28, 2018. Now, what I find interesting is this, because I got to thinking. Excuse me. I got to thinking. Remember, Yeshua said, "As in the days of Noah, so will be in the coming of the Son of Man." All right. Well, I got to thinking. All right. So I go into the Bible and I'm looking, and I found out that, let me see where it was at. Let me give you the Bible verse so you can read it yourself. Me. In Genesis chapter 9, verse 29, Genesis chapter 9, verse 29 of the King James Bible, Noah died at 950 years old. So I got to thinking, I said, okay, 950, I'm just going to try it just for the heck of it, and I want to see what happens. So I did date count. But instead of using years, I used days. So I counted 950 days, okay, from Tuesday, August 28, 2018, to see what date it would give me. I was just curious. I just put it in just to see what it would do, okay? But this is what I found, like it's what are the odds on this happening? Let me show you. If you put that in the date count, and you add 950 days from August 28, 2018, when the red heifer was born, you get April 4, 2021. April 4, 2021. You're going to say, okay, big deal. Well, it is a big deal, because let me explain something else. Passover for 2021 begins on March 27th, okay? But it ends on April 4th, 2021. What are the odds of the red heifer being under the age of 3, okay, and actually ending on 950 days, okay, and the actual date comes to the end of Passover exactly? I find that like boom. That's like a boom moment, because what are the odds on just randomly picking a number, plugging it in, and it comes up into Passover? See, I went to the Bible, saw how old Noah was when he died, converted it to days, added it back to the date count, and it gave me the end of Passover. for when the red heifer could be slaughtered to begin the construction of the third temple. You know, you got to prepare the ashes, and you have to have them, I guess, maybe to dedicate it. So if you have the ashes, then they can probably start the planning to actually build the temple. Because I'm thinking the reason the whole temple thing hasn't been built yet is because up until now they didn't have a red heifer to have the ashes used to dedicate the temple. They wanted to make sure they had the ashes before they started building the temple, I'm assuming. Okay? Well, I just find that odd that the red heifer was born on August 28, 2018. At 950 days, it comes out exactly to when Passover ends of 2021.